This show is part of the RetroZap.com podcast network.
Now, prepare yourselves for Starships, Sabers, and Scoundrels Special Edition.
This is so wizard.
You feeling me, Hunter's Wizard? Oh, I was just stepping to you, girl, with my intellectual wizard politics.
I'm an enchanter.
Wizards only. Fools. Wizards rule.
There are some who call me Tim.
Greetings, Tim the Enchanter.
Nope. Wizards only. Wizards only, fools.
Hello there, Scoundrels, and welcome to a very special edition of That's So Wizard on this special edition of Starships, Sabers, and Scoundrels. I'm joined tonight by my co-host and Dark Lord of the Shtick, Darth Taxus. How you doing tonight, Darth?
Feeling pretty special.
All right.
Yeah.
Or should I say today, or, you know, whatever time it might be that you're listening to this. So welcome. So we've got a lot to talk about here on our special That's So Wizard. This is a special back to school episode.
Ooh.
So we're going to be covering a bunch of things that might be fun to take along to school or send with the little younglings or Sithlings, as the case may be. And you've got one going off to college here, don't you?
Yeah, it's really tough. Not so much for me. I'm ready. You know, I need the space. But yeah.
For all of your robes, right?
Yeah. Need some extra closet
absolutely.
space in the assessor collector, right?
Absolutely. Always good to have. Yeah, and I've got one going off to college too. And I'm also a teacher, which some of you may know. So I've tried to round up some things that, you know, could go with just about any age. Some of them are a little bit more college specific. And we also have, before we even jump into that, very quickly, just a real quick rundown of the San Diego Comic-Con Her Universe fashion show. Did you get a chance to catch any of that?
No, I've been insanely busy. And I rely on you to keep me updated like everybody else out there. So,
well, hopefully that's a good thing. So yeah, it was a great show. And of course, Geek Couture is always the frontliner of everything that Ashley does. And if you've listened to the episodes of That's So Wizard, you know how much I love Ashley Eckstein and her That's So Wizard, her Universe line, which is So Wizard.
right.
But she did come out in a Funko Pop dress that was designed by Andrew McLean once again, who also designed her Lego dress.
Oh, yeah.
And not to be outdone, this one actually weighed even more than the Lego dress, if you can imagine that.
Oh,
it
wow.
was made out of 1,000 Funko Pop heads from Jack Skellington and The Nightmare Before Christmas. And it was over 40 pounds.
Yeah, it sounds like my prom tuxedo, except they weren't Funko Pop heads; they were shrunken.
Yeah, so it was a pretty heavy dress for sure. But it was really a lot of fun to watch and to watch the creativity that was being brought forth by all of the designers. And the really neat part about it is that Ashley actually uses those designers, those up-and-coming designers, to help her design new lines of clothing.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, it was just really neat. If you get a chance, there's a lot of videos online that you can watch, or you can, you know, look at all the recaps of the pictures and that type of thing. So there was a lot of really fun designs. So one of the things that actually came out of that, which is the first thing that I want to talk about before we head into all the back to school stuff, is the Her Universe 10th Anniversary Clone Wars clothing line collection.
Okay.
Yeah, which of course was very timely for San Diego Comic-Con, as we know now that the Clone Wars are saved.
Yeah.
So along with that, and it was funny because I listened to an interview with Ashley recently, and she talked about how she had no idea that the Clone Wars were coming back, and clothing lines take up to 2 years to go from, you know, design to fruition.
Sure.
So it was just sort of karma, I guess you could say, or a will of the force, that all of these things sort of came together. So I'm going to give you a really quick rundown of all of the different things that are available in the line. And the neat thing about that was they premiered with each of the characters of the Clone Wars voice actors modeling their character.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
So that was really neat.
I was about to say, all these people kind of look like the actors. Wow.
They actually were.
Yeah.
So one of the things that were on the line is a Padme blazer. And this is a constructed blazer inspired by one of her Senate gowns. It's purple, and it features a crossover snap closure front and a peplum body shape with peaked shoulders. So it's very, very flattering to the waistline, and a tonal pattern on the chest panels. And it is made from a heavier fabric, so that's kind of nice. And that, depending on if you get junior sizes or plus sizes, is anywhere from $99 to $104.
That's
the
cool.
next one is the mid-length dress inspired by Ahsoka Tano's costume from the animated series. And it features a keyhole neckline, red belt, faux suede panel in the front, and a back that is cut out to mimic her tunic.
Oh,
and so this one's a really pretty one. It actually reminds me a lot of a 1950s swing dress.
Yeah, sure.
So it's got that sort of line, that A-line to it. And I really love this one, but unfortunately I can't wear it to teach in because it has the cutout back.
Yeah, too risque.
So I would have to maybe wear
even worse if it had the
something
cutout
over it.
front.
Yeah, well, there's a little keyhole in the front, but it's very subtle, and that's okay.
Yeah,
so, I'd have to wear a cardigan or something. Yeah. And this one retails for, again, depending on what size you get, $69 to about $79. And then we have the Rex, Captain Rex Clone Trooper white and blue moto jacket. And this one is super cool for the guys. I told my 16-year-old, I'm like, I can totally see you wearing this. And it is, it has tallies on the chest near the collar snaps. So it shows, how many kills he got. It's got front zip, side pockets. It's faux leather, and it's got the Jag eyes on the back with the, the T visor.
Yeah.
And that one's between $80 and $84, again, depending on what size you get. And then we also have a unisex Clone Wars Anakin Skywalker cowl neck hoodie.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
This one is super popular. And it's guys or girls, so it's unisex sizing. And I need to say, too, that the Captain Rex is also unisex sizing, too. So, yeah, gals, you could pick this one up, too. Why not? But I've actually seen some people modeling this online that were able to nab this from her universe, and it looks really cute on. So it has a design based on Anakin Skywalker's costume. It has red, gray, and navy paneling, a gray cowl-style hood, a kangaroo pocket, a Jedi Order sleeve hit on the right, and a Skywalker sleeve hit on the left. So it's actually, I really want to get this one. It looks super soft, super comfy, and it's got all those colors in it, so it can really, go with a lot of things, whether you're doing jeans or whatever.
The word Skywalker is all in that crazy Star Wars lettering, too.
Yeah.
No, wait a minute. Oh, I'm looking at it sideways.
Well,
I'm sorry. I was looking at it once I turn my head, I see it actually reads Skywalker. Yeah.
But I was going to say, it would be even cooler if it was Orbesh.
My bad.
But it's all right. Yeah. Then we have the Obi-Wan long line sweater, and this one retails for $60. And it's a cream-colored hooded sweatshirt that features the Jedi insignia on the left sleeve and has a metal snap button branded with the Jedi insignia, an open front, much like a Jedi robe, and it's also presented in unisex sizing. So it's a little bit longer in the front, shorter in the back, the way that it's designed, and it's a nice look. It looks very flowy. I like that word, flowy.
Yeah.
So kind of a neat one there. And then
that young man should tuck his shirt in. Just saying.
Oh,
it'd be a lot of material.
Yeah, you're not kidding. The Clone Wars logo pullover sweatshirt. And little note for this one, Andy Gutierrez, D. Goots herself, recently wore this one on an episode of the Star Wars show. And it is a super soft heather gray pullover. that is a tribute to the history of Clone Wars and relationship with the beloved animated series itself. And it features the logo that's a combination of Ahsoka's Togruta face markings and her lightsaber.
Cool.
So again, presented in unisex sizing, and that's about $45.
All right.
And then there's also a Darth Maul track jacket for $79.90 to $83.90. And it has a black foil print that mimics Darth Maul's chest markings on the front and features his face on the back.
Wow.
So pretty cool. And then there's a whole bunch of T-shirts and stuff too. The one that I've seen the most is the one called Plos Bros, written in Orabesh.
Right.
And yeah, that one I've seen on guys and girls, and it looks great. And that's $24.90. And then there's some other Clone Wars ones as well. One that was not modeled by any of the voice actors, though, is an entire line of Asajj Ventress workout wear.
Oh.
So yeah, so the leggings look like her wrappings on her legs, and it's purple. And then the sports bra it's got like the little, I guess you could call it the keyhole. It's not really a keyhole, it's more like an oval hole in the front, but it has mesh covering it. Right? Yeah. And then it has Asajj on the back with her two lightsabers crossed in front of her face. So that's pretty neat. And I do own the Ahsoka workout wear, and I do like it. It's really good quality. So again,
not classroom friendly, but
no, definitely not classroom friendly. Unless you're teaching an aerobics
class or something.
Right? Yeah. But the really neat thing about all of these is that they are all machine washable. You can check out the fiber content on the website, and a lot of these you can also get at Hot Topic, which is awesome. Yeah, cool. So, yeah. So, any of those you might want to nab for yourself?
I'm thinking the Ventress activewear.
Nice.
Yeah. I just need a lot of ventilation in my front mail area. It's like a forest of heat. Yeah, that's what it's like. So
I got you.
Yeah. Well, actually, I could use a set of trimmers even more, to be honest with you, or a good waxing session. But I
was going to say that one's not presented in unisex sizing, so not to say that guys couldn't wear it, but
it might take a little stretching, but
it might. It might. All right, so let's jump into some back to school things here.
All right.
And I'm going to start with the Cross Writing Utensils collection.
Okay.
And I don't know how many of our listeners are familiar with Cross, but they are a very reputable brand of writing utensils as well as journaling supplies, stationery sets. They've been around for a very long time. They are a little on the pricey side, but you get what you pay for sometimes. This is one of those things that I feel like is more of a statement piece.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can afford to drop a lot of cheese on your writing utensils, then you go right ahead and do that. But as a teacher, I know I lay something down and 2 seconds later it's gone.
Yeah.
So
as a student, I knew that my teacher would lay something down and 2 seconds later it was gone.
Exactly. Or, I just lay it down and it gets misplaced or whatever. So, yeah, but these are nice because they can also be given as gifts, which I think is probably the best way. So if you have someone that's going off to college or even starting a new job, this would be a really neat thing for you to give them. But there's a whole line of different writing utensils, and some of them are on sale as of this recording. So you can save a lot of money. But some of my favorite ones that are in here in the collection are some of the gel ink pens. And there's everything from BB-8 to Boba Fett. There's a whole set that's like a multi-pack set. There is a gift set that includes a journal.
That's cool.
All of these different kinds of things. The one that I love the best, though, is the limited edition fountain pen. And this is a BB-8, and it's white with the BB-8 markings, but the metal is rose gold, which I love.
That's cool.
But wait on the price, $575 for a pen.
That's expensive, but there's actually quite an avid community of pen collectors. And there's some pens, if I remember correctly, that go for like 20 grand.
Oh my goodness.
Not kidding you. I'm not one of those avid collectors. Don't get me wrong, but you're talking about, statement pieces and stuff. Plus it's kind of cool because it kind of like, it's that subtle fandom thing that others would only catch, if they knew. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. So, that's great. Those are awesome. Yeah.
Well, and and if you're a little bit more on a budget, which most of us are, there's some pens that you can get from anywhere from $25 on up.
You can get the black Bic and pretend it's Darth Vader.
Yeah. Well, they do. They have a clicky Star Wars Darth Vader gel ink pen for $25.
Oh, yeah. See?
So, and again, it's very subtle, and a bunch of other gift collection types of things as well. So you can check that out. And all of these links will be in the show notes. So if any of these trip your trigger, you can go and click play. So there's 42 items in all in this set, which is really cool.
Wow.
All right. State bags is the next one. Have you ever heard of state bags?
No.
I hadn't either until just recently. So it's State, STATE, and they have a collection of backpacks, pencil pouches, fanny packs, lunch boxes, art folios, and a variety of Star Wars themes and characters, including Princess Leia, R2-D2, C-3PO, Darth Vader, Stormtroopers, and Ewoks. And these are very high quality backpacks that we're talking about here. And I can attest to them because I was fortunate enough to get 2 backpacks and a pencil case from State Bags that I'm going to be working with our district to fill with school supplies and give away to 3 lucky little elementary school kids in my district. Yeah.
Awesome.
And the way that it came about, and I will be reviewing them as well, but they, the state team began as a partnership between a husband and wife, Scott and Jackie Tattleman. And they were watching countless kids carrying their possessions in ripped trash bags in underprivileged areas. So they're like, you know what? We got to do something about this. So they have this whole thing called #GiveBackPack. So it's the Give Backpack.
I get it.
Kind of like, you get it?
Yeah,
I know. It took me a little while. I was like, Give Backpack.
Give Backpack.
Give Backpack.
No, Give Backpack.
So it's kind of a play on word.
Yeah.
So they actually do these things called bag drops, where they go in and they give out hundreds of bags at these community empowerment rallies. They do visitations to communities. They work with local organizations. They've even done this at like White Sox games and everything like that. But if you purchase a state bag, they will hand deliver a backpack packed with essential tools for success to a local child in need. So for everything you purchase, they give one away.
That's cool.
So so that's really, really cool. And so I'm really excited, and they are so well made. I'm going to tell you right now. So the prices on these, the pencil case runs around $25, and the backpacks actually run all the way up over $150.
Yeah.
So the 2 that I got were the Kane. It's called the Kane, Kane, Darth Vader, and the Kane Leia. So it's for smaller bodies, and those retail at $95. And they are so nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
You know what? You should have gotten the fanny pack and made one of those kids like get that as the prize.
Well, you know what? Fanny packs are coming back.
Really?
They really are.
That's fascinating.
You got to do some research. You're a little behind the times.
You know, if I stay behind the times long enough, they'll catch up again to me. So I'm actually looking for the European carry-all. That's what I'm looking for.
The European carry-all. Are you talking about the man bag?
It's a European carry-all. It's not a man purse. There's no
I said
thing.
Man bag. I didn't say man purse.
Yeah, but man bag sounds weird. Okay. So those are pretty awesome, though. Those are awesome.
Yeah, they really are. Even the lunch boxes, and they're all thermal, and the art folio. So check them out.
Awesome.
That's, again, State Bag. All right. Now, moving on, since we both have kiddos going off to college.
Yeah, this is really cool.
Yeah, I was looking for things for the dorm. So if you go to Box Lunch, which again is another one of those philanthropic kind of organizations that gives money back to basically school lunch programs and
boxes,
providing food for needy areas. Something like that.
Okay.
But they have a whole line of dorm supply stuff, which is really cool. So they have everything from mini fridges to popcorn makers and everything else in between. But of course, you got to check your residence hall guidelines before purchasing them, because you might actually already have a mini fridge. I know my kid, where he's going to school, they provide them with mini fridges now, which is really awesome.
That is awesome. I think my daughter's roommates bought one already, which I feel like is going to accidentally have an accident.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's just
accidentally have an accident?
Yeah, well, you never intentionally have an accident, because then it would be called an intentionant.
This is true.
Yeah.
Self-motivated, premeditated something or other.
My
right?
mastery of basic is not to be...
I understood what you meant.
What's
so
the word?
That's all good.
Okay. So this is really cool, though. It does look like R2-D2, and it even has little buttons and switches you can push on.
It does. It's so neat.
Tell me it makes noises.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh.
I can tell you that, but I don't know if I'd be right.
That'd be great if it was like you needed to defrost the ice tray and it starts doing like the whole... that thing.
Exactly.
Yeah, 2 in the morning. That'd be
cool.
wonderful.
Or, if you leave the door open, some of them have those little sensors
that'd be great.
where it alerts you if you left your door open, which is really cool. Yeah, so this is an R2-D2 mini fridge, and it does just look like R2-D2. It's a 14-liter fridge, and it has 2 removable shelves and can store up to 16 cans of soda with a little extra room.
Yeah.
And it has a locking door to prevent spills, and it has a warm and cool setting, and it's under 15 pounds.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Which is awesome, and has a retractable handle, so you can actually. It almost looks like a suitcase.
Yeah, it really does. Wow.
And they also have a Darth Vader one too that's 3D on the outside. So it has the little. That one's a little smaller though. That's like a mini fridge.
This really takes me back because in college we converted a Gonk Droid to be a beer cake cooler. Yeah, it's awesome.
This kind of looks like
did gonk stands and all sorts of stuff. It was great. Yeah.
Nice. And what's nice about this one too is that it has a 110 volt and it also has a 12 volt DC power cord as well. So you can kind of, go back and forth with whatever you want. So that one's really neat.
Just in case you don't like that Edison style electricity, you want to go to Tesla or something, right? Yeah.
Well, I think maybe they're talking more about for maybe camping. I don't know.
Oh,
if you wanted to take it, for smaller, electrical needs. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know electricity.
I don't either. Yeah. My dad, he would have, but... So there's a lot of other things, too, that are really fun for the dorm. There's a Star Wars Stormtrooper toaster.
Of course.
And that one retails for $60. And there's a waffle maker. Two different kinds of waffle makers. Actually, 3. There's a Millennium Falcon. This is more of a panini press, and it puts the images of Darth Vader and Stormtrooper on it for you. And then your basic waffle maker. And there's a Star Wars 2-slice toaster it's black with the Millennium Falcon.
Right.
And there's even a Keurig style coffee maker.
That's cool. All right.
This is awesome. Yeah. This one's only $30, which I thought was a pretty darn good price.
Yeah, that isn't bad.
It even includes a matching Chewbacca ceramic mug.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Isn't that neat? So you can use your K-cups in it. It has a 14-ounce water reservoir. So it's a smaller kind of Keurig. It's not a Keurig brand.
Yeah, sure. But it works. Yeah.
Yeah.
For the student
for the
on
dorm.
the go. That's right. Yeah, speaking of which, they have on the campus that mine's attending, they have a Starbucks, right? I mean, I think almost every campus does nowadays.
Yeah.
It doesn't open till noon.
What?
I guess they just figured nobody's going to be up before then.
People have 7 o'clock classes, and some people pull all-nighters.
I guess, yeah.
So,
Yeah, it's
that's
strange.
Interesting. I wonder why.
Yeah, I guess some things we'll never find out.
Yeah, then you would need your Chewbacca coffee maker for sure.
Right.
And if you don't like microwave popcorn, because, they say that it does cause cancer if you eat too much of it. But then again, what doesn't these days? But there is an R2 inspired air popper for $40. And I know my son loves air popcorn. He actually stole the air popper from the kitchen and has been keeping it in his bedroom. And he's just been popping popcorn up there. So he's probably going to want to take it to college when he leaves this week, which is totally fine with me.
All right.
But it has a non-stick heating plate, and it even comes with measuring cups.
Oh, wow.
How cool is that?
Yeah.
And it makes 6 cups of popped popcorn. It's BPA free. So, no cancer causing stuff there. So you can get that to match your mini fridge.
So it teaches math and causes cancer.
You betcha.
Or it doesn't. No. Doesn't cause cancer. That's the other stuff. That's right. I forgot. Sorry. This one, if you don't want cancer, get this.
Right.
I think that's the lesson here.
You've eaten too much microwave popcorn.
That's right. That's
okay. And then there's, dorm rooms, they tell you to get the twin XL size for all of your sheets and all of your fitted sheets and that type of thing. So Box Lunch also has a twin XL comforter from Star Wars, featuring a TIE Advanced 1 Starfighter themed print design. And it's cool because it's solid gray with a contrasting underside. So it's not like, you know, that really colorful Star Wars.
Yes.
Nothing but Star Wars.
Looks like you're still 7 years old or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Which, you know, some people love that kind of stuff, but maybe not so much at college.
Yeah, exactly.
So, and it's $46, and but it doesn't include the sheets or anything. So you would have to get, you know, perhaps like just plain gray sheets to go with it. But you get your comforter, which is nice.
Yeah, so something on this image makes me feel uncomfortable as a father who's sent his daughter off to college. There's 2 pillowcases, right? And they're facing each other, and one is Leia and Han, as if to say his and hers, and that's not happening.
That's a little small for a twin XL bed for sure, but yeah,
See?
Those are sold separately.
Oh, okay.
So you have to get those. Yeah, that's the same thing with
and they're
going
to stay separate. That's all I got to say about that. That's right.
Got to keep them separated.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. Make good choices at college, kids. That's all we're going to say about that.
Or don't end up like me.
No. All right, moving on. We got to have some fashion to start school, right? And what's better than Star Wars footwear? Oh, absolutely. So I found this company called Inkas, Inkaas. And Inkas is a company that is also very philanthropic in nature. And I'll get to that in just a second. But they have a wide selection of low tops, high tops, slip-ons. They all feature the newest, hottest styles that all the kids will be wearing to school this year. So I know slip-ons are huge, especially for junior high school kids. My son just got a pair of Adidas that are like slip-ons. Oh, cool. And he loves them. And they have the canvasy looking types of shoes that are more like a tennis shoe, but not quite, I guess, more of it's like a cross between Vans and a running shoe is the best way that I can explain it. And then they also have camping boots, which is awesome. Yeah. And so the ones that look a lot like the Adidas shoes that my son has, they're called the Flex Force X. So they have like a canvas material, and then they have a couple of elastic straps across where the laces would normally be.
Yeah, that's cool. Kind of looks like the old Velcro shoes, but just with thicker bands. Yeah, and that's not Velcro. It's a slip-on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's just the elastic. And he loves his shoes. Oh. His Adidas, he absolutely loves them. So the ones that I know he kind of has his eye on right now is the Saga Flex Force X, which is, again, it's got the Imperial and the Starboard logo design in gray, like a contrasting gray. Oh, yeah. And then there's a couple of bands of neon green just around some of the areas just to give it a little bit of contrast. And then it has those black elastic across the top. So, and those retail for $79. So
I think that color is called Predator Blood.
Well, heck, you can get, over $100 in a pair of like Air Force Ones or Adidas or Nike. So,
oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah, I'm thinking about giving these a try for sure. And so Inka's mission is actually part of the One Shoe, One Tree project. And they are helping to repopulate the world's forests by planting a new tree for every pair of shoes that they sell.
Oh, okay.
So again, I love these little philanthropic organizations that do stuff because it's, you feel good buying it. Yeah, you spend $80, but you're planting a tree. Yeah. So I just think that's really cool.
Now, wait, One Shoe, One Tree?
One Shoe, One Tree project is what it's called. So for every pair of shoes, it's one tree. It should be like one pair, one tree, I guess.
How many pairs of shoes does a tree wear? Maybe I'm misunderstanding the intent.
You buy the shoes, they plant the tree.
Okay.
You get the shoes, the tree doesn't get the shoes.
All right, well, buy enough shoes out there that starts turning into my ventilated chest area, people. The dense forest. See that callback? How about that?
Yeah, you might actually find a pair of shoes in this collection that sort of matches it. I see these little slip-ons that are kind of have that purple, in them.
Yeah, it's the one that's the red and blue.
Oh yeah,
don't ask.
The Aztec-y flex sport.
Yeah, it's very odd.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Those are really, really awesome. Yeah. I think you should go for it.
I run into doorknobs a lot.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Why. What that have to do with anything we're talking about?
Because it's red and blue. saying that's an odd color. I don't know what you're used to seeing, Jay, but
Help me, listeners, help me.
Okay, here we go. We're having fun here, no?
Because we are.
All right.
Absolutely. So if you haven't had enough school supplies, go over to Think Geek. You know how much I love Think Geek.
Yeah,
and
sure.
there's so much great stuff you can get from them. But they have storage boxes and backpacks and appliances and bedding and stationery sets. Light side, dark side, they got you covered. They do have a whole back to school gift center online right now. So you can just go right there and it's all in one nice, neat little place. It's not all Star Wars in that specific spot. Of course, they have all the other geekdoms and things like that. But they have Millennium Falcon and lightsaber book lights. So
cool.
whether, you're studying late at night, you're in the dorm, you don't want to bother your roommate, or, it's just kind of cool to have them. And right now, what's really awesome is they're only $5, $4.99.
Whoa.
Limit 2 per customer.
Okay.
So I am seriously thinking about stocking up on these things and giving them as presents like for Christmas and stuff.
I might know a couple of people that might enjoy that. Yeah.
They're really awesome, and they run on AAA batteries, so you don't have to have those stinking little button batteries that are so annoying. I don't know about you, but I hate those things.
Yeah, they should just go away and die already.
And the other really fun thing that I picked out from Think Geek to highlight is the deep discounted gift set featuring Chewie and the Porgs.
Well, why not?
Chewie and the Porgs.
Dun, dun.
Okay,
He's got
I actually
electric
have
food. I don't know what the words are.
Something. It's electric.
We'll have to come
food,
back to this next time there's a Porg that's relevant.
That's right.
That's
and
right.
I do have this set. I got this set as a gift from myself.
Yeah.
But I use the pen. I keep it in with my checkbook. So when I go to the store, I can, write down all my debits and stuff that I do. Mm-hmm. And there's a journal with it. And I've used the journal to write letters to people. Oh. There is a little note cube. There are file folders that have different scenes of Chewie with different Porgs. Uh-huh. And there's even binder clips that are all different colors with Porgs on them.
I want to visit the Jay's journal a little bit. I think we're going to need some future segments called "And Now, Jay's Journal."
Well, you know what I write?
Don't spoil it for the listeners. I'm trying to tease.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll just leave it at that then.
All right. Okay.
But yeah, that is deeply discounted from $24 down to $5, people. So get on it. Mm-hmm. Yes. And yet another philanthropic organization. Everybody needs styling watches. You got to keep track of where you are during the school day, whether you're on campus or whatever.
Sure.
Do you remember the old Swatch watches?
Yeah.
With the Swatch bands and that type of thing.
Yeah.
That's what these remind me of.
Oh,
so it's black,
okay.
FLEX watches. Don't you kind of get that feeling?
Yeah, I do.
Get that feeling? You got flexible healing. Oh, get it? Ooh.
Oh my gosh.
That's a good one. You gotta give it to them.
All right.
So these are all their interchangeable faces made from plastic and steel. And they have bands made from silicone. So that's kind of where you can kind of get where I'm going with the whole, old Swatch watch thing.
Uh-huh. Okay.
But the cool thing is they are water resistant up to 165 feet.
Wow.
What other watches say that?
Man.
And they have several Star Wars designs available, and they're all $40 no matter what you get. Yeah. And there's always free shipping anywhere in the world.
If I ever find myself underwater by 165 feet, I'm worried a lot more than whether my watch is going to keep working or not. I'm just throwing that out there. Okay. 5 feet's cool. Okay.
Scuba diving or something.
Well, I guess, but don't they have special scuba watches or something like that have shark repellent in it?
They do.
Yeah.
I guess if you're 165 feet down, you got some problems.
Yeah, you really ticked off the wrong people.
You got pulled down by an AWA or something over on Camino.
Whoa. An AWA. Jay.
Isn't it an Iowa or an AWA?
I don't know.
Is that what it's called? The thing that Obi-Wan flew on? Okay, anyway. So there's two different sizes. There's a regular and a mini, and the mini is just slightly smaller face-wise. So, you know, if you don't want something that, you know, like you get the different Fitbits that have the different size faces and stuff on them. Yeah. So that's what these have. But they have all different kinds of designs available. There's a black and white R2-D2. There's a black one that has kind of like a star field on the band that has 2 crossing lightsabers. There's some more funky colors. So you've got one that's called the Geo Universe, and it's got everything from like stormtroopers to Yoda's head and R2-D2, and it's like all these funky psychedelic looking colors. And then there's
like the
a Star Wars classic. Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah. I like the Galaxy one too.
Yeah, that's cool too.
It's very subtle. And there's a Star Wars classic one that's also, it reminds me of the crawl because it's yellow, but it's a reverse crawl. So the band is yellow with the word Star Wars in black kind of outlined.
Yeah, these are very 90 colors, you know?
They are.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So again, we're kind of getting back to that era. Like I said, you know, the pendulum swings. So what comes around goes around, and eventually, you know, the stuff comes back around. Okay. So again, this is another philanthropic organization, and this was created by 2 friends who grew up together and wanted to create a company for giving back. And their names are Travis and Trevor, and they started this in 2012 when Trevor's mom began fighting breast cancer. So it was kind of a way to raise funds, raise awareness. And so what they've done is they don't just have Star Wars. Star Wars is their newest line, but they have different designs and colors that represent different causes.
Sure.
To which they donate 10% of the sales from the watch. Okay. So some of the examples of different types of things that have been supported are anti-bullying, autism, breast cancer, hunger, veterans, clean water, arts education. I mean, there's so many different things that they try to donate to. And they also do custom creations for groups who want to fundraise for a particular thing.
Oh, cool.
And yeah, and it doesn't even have to be a charity. So it can be a class field trip, it could be a club, it could be another organization. So, you know, if you wanted to do a school-wise fundraiser for your booster club or something like that, or for your band, you know, you could design something in your school colors even and go to Flex and, you know, create a design, and you can sell these watches.
How neat is that? That's cool.
Yeah, that's pretty neat. Yeah. And they even have this thing where you can become a campus rep. So it's kind of like, I guess you could say maybe selling Avon, I guess, is like the first thing that comes to my mind, which is a really horrible example, and I'm sorry. But you can sign up to sell watches on campus and then earn money and even college credit.
Sort of like Bernie Madoff, right?
Like what?
Bernie Madoff.
I don't know what that is. Bernie Madoff?
Yeah, he sold a bunch of securities.
Let's go on to something that has
I'm so not up with that kind of stuff. I apologize.
That's okay. That's all right.
I'm so not socially aware.
That was a little, you know, out of time. You know, it's been a few years. It's okay. But trust me, everybody hated him back then. It's probably still does today.
Okay. Yeah. Well, we don't want people to be hated, so we're going to say this is not like that. Definitely.
Oh, no. He's not trying to. No, these people are not trying to set up a Ponzi scheme. But this is interesting. I wouldn't mind having my own watch. You know?
I know, they're really neat. And
I gotta come up with a charity.
We could even, you know, have like an S-Cube pod watch if we really wanted to.
That'd be fun. I'd like it.
Wouldn't that be fun?
Yeah.
Add to the T-shirts and stuff that we already sell on TeePublic, just saying. Yeah. And they even have gift cards available starting at $25. So if you think this is really neat and you want to maybe give a gift card for someone else to get their own, then you could do that too.
Yeah.
And I have some breaking news.
Okay.
Just recently released, Pozu has announced a new Star Wars leather high-top sneaker. And of course, listeners know how much we love Pozu, or at least I do. It's called Resistance. So they have a black and a white high top, and it's completely monochromatic. So it's all one color. And it's a high top premium chrome-free leather lace-up sneaker with embossed Rebel Alliance logo.
Yeah.
pretty neat.
Yeah.
It has a quilted rear panel, so right about where your Achilles is, so you can bend easily. A cushioned tongue, don't say anything. Removable memory foam foot mattress.
I don't get it.
So you can put your orthotics in there. And all of their shoes actually have that, the removable foot mattress.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
And and a high performance grip, natural rubber sole. Blah, 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 blah. And so right now, those are retailing for 145 pounds across the pond.
Yeah.
So if you want to see what that is, it's about $184 US when I looked it up the last time, is where it's retailing.
That's really cool about the orthotics, because the cops are always finding my orthotics. So, you know, I really like how they're thinking ahead. You totally put your orthotics in there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, far out.
Oh my goodness. And there's one more thing too, before of course we get to the coveted Wizard Award, which is so incredibly important. And I saved this one for last because as I was searching for different school supplies and things, this one came up, but I'm finding that it's a little outdated. So if you can find it, it's really a neat thing to have, and it's definitely a Star Wars statement piece as far as school supplies goes. But it's the Star Wars Special Edition notebook from HP.
Oh, cool.
And and I remember when this first came out, right around when The Force Awakens came out. And that's what it, you know, basically has featured on the laptop itself and all of the extras and that type of thing. I didn't see it. It's not in stock at Best Buy right now because I did look. You can still buy it directly from HP starting at $700. And Amazon, though, you can get it for $3.99, but you have to watch, you know, where you get it from, just to be careful. But it's really neat. I mean, if you're into this kind of stuff and you love Star Wars, obviously, and it's got a really good processor in it. It's got the Intel Core processor, and it's already preloaded with things like images from the concept art, Lucasfilm artists, sound schemes and wallpapers. But the neatest thing I think about it is that it has an Aurebesh font. So you can type in Aurebesh.
Oh, that is cool.
Right?
Really
I know.
Cool. Yeah.
I just, that's like, for me, it'd almost be like worth it just to buy it.
Right?
Just to have it for that.
I mean, I'm sure there's a software out there or something, but I need the entire package.
I know. But the keys are neat. They're backlit with red. And the outside of it is sort of, it reminds me of maybe like a Star Destroyer or a TIE Fighter metal type thing. And the mouse pad looks like you're going down the trench of the Death Star.
Yeah, cool.
Kind of had the the targeting computer thing on it. And it has some Kylo Ren, some Stormtroopers, some First Order type designs and things on it. So yeah, and you can find them on eBay too. I saw them on eBay.
Cool.
But like I said, it's just kind of a cool thing.
Looks really Star Wars. Yeah, go check it out.
Indeed.
Like
and there are extras you can buy with it too. Like there's a mouse that you can buy, and there's a case that you can buy, a mouse droid. There you go. Perfect. Yeah. And I'm sure you can get mouse pads and stuff like that too. Mouse droid pads.
Yeah.
So for when your droid leaks, they need pads.
But, oh my gosh.
And on that note, hey.
You may have missed what I said. I said, let's go on to something that has some importance to it. If in
We've
fact
just gone to a whole new level, folks.
Yeah, here we go. That's okay.
All right, so we got to get to this month's Wizard Award winner. And of course, this is just simply an honorific that I choose to give to a product, a company, or an entity that I just feel deserves a little extra credit and attention. And this month I've chosen Onnit, O-N-N-I-T.
Oh, yeah.
And some of you, if you listened back in January to our New Year's resolutions, sort of That's So Wizard, and we were talking about, different things to help with those resolutions. I had said that Onnit was going to be releasing a line of their fitness products. And so these are pieces of exercise equipment. And I was lucky enough to receive the Death Star Slam Ball, which is a 20-pound slam ball, and the Han Solo yoga mat.
Yeah.
And if only Dennis were here, but Dennis is having a wonderful time on his vacation touring different planets across the galaxy.
Yes.
So, because I know how much he wants to talk about doing yoga on top of Han Solo.
Yeah.
And
I mean, it's a dream.
And I'm telling you, I had to get over the giggles the first time I rolled that thing out, because it seriously is just like that episode of Robot Chicken where all I could hear in my head was Boba Fett going, "Oh, look at that, you dirty smuggler. Hands up there almost like you're begging."
I got a bad feeling about this.
So once I got over that, though, I was okay. And I still do giggle from time to time because, of course, that's just me. And
I do
I'm
too.
weird. So.
I know, it's okay. I applaud that.
Oh, and the craziest thing about that whole thing is that when they sent me these two things, the yoga mat, the box that they sent, it also looks very similar to a different type of box, evidently, that they have in their warehouse. Because the first thing I got in place of the yoga mat was a 7-pound mace.
Oh.
So, yeah, and I know when I told you about this at first, you were like, what is this, like medieval warrior stuff?
I mean, that's interesting.
Yeah, and my 16-year-old, he came downstairs and he knew exactly what it was. He's like, "Whoa, you got a mace? Do they come spiked and unspiked? Do you get a choice?" Right. I'm like, "How do you even know what this thing is?" And he knew. But the coolest thing is that Onnit let me keep it.
That's cool.
And because it was their, little error in shipping or whatever, but it's actually one of the best workouts ever. It's the workout tool that I never knew I always wanted.
Yeah. And now you're looking for somebody to use it on.
I know, right? You do feel like a warrior when you're doing it.
Right.
Like you look on the website and there's these different workouts that they suggest that you do, and you're just like, whoa.
I think you had asked us, how do I use this? It's like step 1, lift mace. Step 2, find attacker. Step 3, descend in a downward motion. Step 4, repeat as necessary.
I'm telling you what, I need to keep this thing by my bedside in case the hubby's gone for the weekend or something and I need a little extra protection, because it would pack a punch.
That's like Braveheart level. I mean, it looks pretty intense.
It's true.
I mean,
it's true.
Yeah, don't go driving around with that. Check your local laws before you do. Yeah. make sure the definition of sporting event includes going to the gym.
Right. Yeah, I just have to have my yoga mat and everything back there with it.
That's
really,
right.
I'm going to the gym,
That's
sir.
right.
I promise that
That's
I
right.
really am.
That's like my workout blaster.
Yeah. Perfect. I love it. But yeah, if you get on their website, they have some really great tutorials and videos, and there's an entire section on nutrition, and they even have an on-site chef, and it goes through, you can click on different foods and you can see some of the more healthy ways to use them, that type of thing. So I didn't get the kettlebells because their lowest weight is 65 pounds.
Holy cow.
And I can't lift a 65-pound kettlebell. I was actually, when I got the Death Star Slam Ball, I was like, whoa, 20 pounds? I don't know if I can do this. I can do it. Let me just tell you.
Oh, good.
And it's a good workout.
Man.
It really is.
Yeah.
And people, I'm 48 years old. So if I can do this, you can do this. And it's so much fun to just slam that Death Star and just say, this is for the Bothans. This is for Alderaan.
Many Bothans dieted for this.
Exactly. But there is a review actually on Coffee with Kenobi. So if you want to go to my full review for that, you are more than welcome to do so. And I highly suggest that you do to see the pictures and that type of thing. So Onnit has been awesome. They've just really been great about communication, and their products themselves are really great quality. So they are getting the Wizard Award for this month. So congratulations to Onnit.
So get on it, people.
Get on it. Yeah, I think I said that earlier too.
Oh,
and,
I'm sorry. I stole your joke.
No, that's all right. I said it for something else, though. So it had nothing to do with this. So, and speaking of Coffee with Kenobi, you can always find any of my reviews there on my Core Worlds Couture fashion review column. I try to post there as much as I possibly can. And I do have some more reviews coming up here soon. I actually have a Chewbacca camp shirt style challenge that's going to be posting soon. Yeah. And it's actually a guy's shirt. It's like a Hawaiian shirt. but I found it at Kohl's, and I just decided that, you know what? I'm going to buy this, and I'm going to see how many different ways I can wear it.
Okay.
So I did. And so that's
as I often state, you can do a lot of things with a T-shirt, like ours, available on TeePublic.
Yes. So head on over to TeePublic, people, and get your Starships, Sabers, and Scoundrels T-shirt today, or tote bag, or mug, or whatever, you know.
You know what? If you buy enough of them, wad them up together, and you can use it as slam poles.
There you go. Yeah. Perfect. And it's always great to have an extra travel mug for college.
Yes.
Just saying.
That too.
You got to rep. Put your coffee from your Chewbacca coffee maker in there. So that'll do it. So Taxus, what do you think?
I think there's some things here that I'm definitely go out and check out for some recipients out there that I know. And other than that, awesome. They don't have the giant box of Kleenex for me to wipe my tears with later on. So,
crazy you would say that, though, because there's so many different things, even at your local Walmart, Targets, that type of thing. There are Star Wars Kleenex. Yeah. And there's also, and I purchased some of these for the lunches, Star Wars bags. So you can get snack bags, Ziploc type bags, or sandwich bags. So, I just last week for my son going to band camp, I put some grapes in a fin bag. So he had fin grapes.
Wow.
Grapey fins.
Okay. Well, there you go.
However you want to look at it.
Stand corrected. So.
There's so much
awesome.
Star Wars out there now, which of course is a good problem to have. So, Scoundrels, love to hear what you purchased for your back to school needs. So you got to tweet us at S3pod and put your pictures online and tag us in them. Same thing on Instagram, where we are at S3pod on Instagram. So give us a follow there and show us what some of your back to school gets that you got.
And I think that's going to do it for our special edition. And Dennis should be back with us for a regular episode next week. And we're going to be talking about all sorts of things that are Star Wars and talk.
Really? We're going to talk Star Wars?
I think we are. Not sure what yet, but be sure to find out and solve the mystery.
Awesome. Right. Well, where can they find you, Taxus, if they want to look you up online?
They can find me on Twitter at Darth Taxus, Instagram at Darth Taxus, basically at Darth Taxus.
And everywhere in between. And I am at Joyce Krebs, and Dennis is at DJKVER2. And of course, like I said, we are at S3pod on Twitter and Instagram, and you can like us on Facebook as well.
Oh, you can also find me over in Assembly Geeks. I forgot about that. But
I was wondering if you were going to mention that.
I guess I'm a little plastic. Well, we actually just wrapped up our first season, so that's going out same as today. So, and then the network's got a little, crime fighter drama called The Crimson Files that I know Scott Murray's been working on really hard, and but it's been fun first year with Scott Murray, Jeff McGee, and Regina Davis too. So appreciate it.
Yeah, and it's such a great show. I mean, Scoundrels, if you haven't checked it out, do yourself a favor. It's a lot of fun. You guys do a really great job over there.
Thank you very much. Well,
all right, so I think that'll do it for us for this very special Scoundrels edition of That's So Wizard. Until next time, may the Force, the fashionable Force, be with you. Take care, Scoundrels.